other video. I see in the title what's going down. Definitely make sure y'all check out Doug X out in the description box down below. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, watching these reactions. Y'all see what is going on, and I can't wait to get in this video. So let's get right into it, y'all.
It is official. Trump has appealed his New York decision. That is the one that Letitia James brought under Judge Engoron without a trial. And they charged him for exaggerating his property value. And they charged him like $350 million, ends up being $400 million. There was a question whether if Trump could raise the bond or whatever. I got to tell you, there's so many articles that lie about Trump that I can't even read them here. So I'm doing a lot of the finding the most trustworthy source, even if that source is from Democrat institutions like the Associated Press. So welcome to Doug in Exile. That's part of my job, is to bring you the news that you can trust, that brings good news about Trump. Here's a list of the 3 headlines that just blew up this morning. This is from 2 hours ago. AP News, this is one of our articles. I won't read that one. So WBAL TV, Donald Trump appeals $454 million judgment in New York civil fraud case. The Daily Beast, Trump officially appeals $464 million bank fraud judgment. Okay, let's get to that AP Associated Press article. Donald Trump appeals $454 million judgment in New York civil fraud case. I'm just going to kind of scan this article and find the big reasons and news behind everything. New York, Donald Trump has appealed his $454 million New York civil fraud judgment, challenging the judge's finding that he lied about his wealth and he grew his real estate empire that launched him to stardom and the presidency. The former president's lawyers filed notices of appeal Monday, that's today, asking the state's mid-level appeals court to overturn Judge Arthur Engoron's February 16th verdict in Attorney General Letitia James's lawsuit, and reverse staggering penalties that threaten to wipe out Trump's cash reserves. Trump's lawyers wrote in court papers that they're asking the appeals court to decide whether Engoron, quote, committed errors of law and or fact, and whether he abused his discretion or, quote, acted in excess of his jurisdiction. They're just going to ask this mid-level appeals court in New York going, are you sure Engoron did something legal? Now, Trump's appeal won't automatically halt enforcement of the judgment. The Republican presidential frontrunner had until
I'm just soaking all this up, y'all. I know y'all probably like, Recklezz ain't saying nothing.
March 25th to secure what's known as a stay, a legal mechanism pausing collection while he appeals. Trump would receive an automatic stay if he puts up the money, the $400 million, assets, or an appeal bond covering what he owes. Trump's lawyers could also ask the appeals court to grant a stay without obtaining a bond or with a bond for a lower amount. So there's all these different options he has. They didn't tell us which one he did. We'll get to that later in the article. Trump's lawyers did not immediately respond to a reporter's questions Monday, asked if he had posted an appeal bond or if he was in the process of securing one. So I think he's probably in the process of getting one. That is, how much will a bank loan him that $400 million for? How little does he have to actually pay? Does he have to put up? Like, can he put up $25 million and have the bank back him up for $400 million, right? How good is his money? In a statement issued through a spokesman, Trump lawyer Alina Habba addressed only the appeal itself, saying, quote, we trust that the appellate division will overturn this egregious fine and take the necessary steps to restore the public faith in New York's legal system. That's kind of generic boilerplate stuff, but I'm happy that she's saying it. Now, here's one benefit to Trump's appeal. Not so much that he gets to reverse his judgment, but listen, the appeal ensures that the legal fight over Trump's business practices will persist into the thick of the presidential primary season. See, he can campaign on this and likely beyond as he tries to clinch the Republican presidential nomination in his quest to retake the White House. So he could become president, which helps protect him from some of this stuff. Trump maintains that he is worth several $billion and testified last year that he had about $400 million in cash, in addition to properties and other investments. Letitia James, a Democrat, told ABC News that if Trump is unable to pay, she will seek to seize some of his assets. Trump doesn't need her to seize them. He can sell his assets and just hand her the money. Okay.
We all see what it's all about. At the end of the day, we all see what it's about. We see what a lot of these, the people is trying to chase and trying to get. It's common sense, and it's sad that it has to be this way. But like said again, is the simple fact of just being honest with y'all. Like I've said in the past videos, it's history in the making. Stuff is gonna get done. Stuff is gonna get. It's history in the making. And when it happens, we always say, y'all know this. We're gonna see reactions of people. We're gonna see how people feel. We're gonna see all that. Because when it all said and done, you become president, then what? And yeah, a lot of it, like Doug said, some of this stuff, is projected about. But a lot of this stuff is literally that I don't know if I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'll be trying to watch my words, but we all see what's going on. We see what's going on, and it's sad that this is going on. And I'm tired of these people, like you have Letitia, you have the stuff that's going on with Fannie, just like with what's going on with Letitia James. We eventually, I think, and it may not come out the same way as Fannie, but a lot of this stuff you start to see what's really going on. And some did come out. I remember it was pretty sure it was somebody that Letitia James, even with Judge Engoron, it's a lot of stuff that slowly comes out about how these how these people work together to tear down Trump. So
he's good for $400 million.
Something gonna pop out.
Just what he has in Trump apartments in some New York property, he could sell a few of them and pay it off. Trump's lawyer, Christopher Keiss, said after the verdict that the former president was confident the appeals court, quote, will ultimately correct the innumerable and catastrophic errors made by a trial court untethered to the law or to reality, unquote. If the decision stands, Habas said, quote, it will serve as a signal to every single American that New York is no longer open for business, unquote. That is what's at stake with this particular payment. Is New York's reputation in the entire, not just our country, but the entire world. New York will be seen as a politicized, political state. If you're in the wrong party and you own a business in New York, you better watch out if you're not paying off Engoron and Letitia James, because they're coming for you. If Trump were to pay the penalty at this stage, instead of obtaining a stay, the money would be held in a court escrow account while the appeal plays out, says the Associated Press. If the court overturns the verdict, the money would be returned to Trump. So even if he puts the money up and he gets his appeal, the money can still come back to him. The appellate division could either uphold Engoron's verdict, reduce or modify the penalty, or overturn the decision entirely. If Trump is unsuccessful at the appellate division, he can ask the state's highest court, because he's in the mid-level court right now, the Court of Appeals, to consider taking the case. Then I found this little detail over at The Hill on their coverage of the same story. The judge also expanded the authority of an independent monitor to oversee the Trump organization's finances and imposed fines against Trump's sons and top company executives. So the city of New York also installed a overseer into Trump's company to make sure it's compliant. So a snitch, a weirdo, a rat, a government operative. So I'll keep you guys posted on this one. I do hope it gets overturned on appeal. I also hope it just gets delayed until Trump gets elected as president, because really, I think New York's in trouble, but the whole country's in trouble if Trump doesn't become president. And
a lot of people don't understand it. I feel like it's a lot of people that is understanding that, is waking up, is, having it in them to where stuff is starting to make sense. They see in other videos and stuff like that. But a lot of people, they aren't understanding that this is something that is obviously serious. This is something that, you know, is in a sense, and it's a lot of people that's in denial about it too. I don't see how you can be in denial about it. And it gets to the point where who else could you possibly, and this question for everybody, who else could you possibly vote for it? Who really has that, you know, that grit, that drive to actually want to get things done? You know, who's actually having the, I went through this and I got to get, who has a lot of that? You know, who has talking about stuff that's gonna fix this country, and that because people will tell you, you can walk up to anybody and ask them, you know, how the last couple years, I say, how has it been? You know, how has it been? You know, mentally, financially, how has it been for you? You know, and a person to tell you, you know, it hasn't been right, and you want that. You want somebody coming to office that, you know, to make you smile, and, you know, to actually get things done for the country. And like I said, it's a lot of people that's waking up. It's a lot of people that's understanding a lot that's going on. It's a lot of people that is, like I said, it's a lot of artists. It's a lot of uh, other politicians, other businessmen, businesswomen. You know, as you say, uh, it's a lot of people that is waking up and starting to understand who they really want. You know, as president, and y'all see who a lot of people is starting to and I feel like I wasn't in any of this, you know, years back when Trump was president at all, you know. But what I haven't heard people say, you know, no matter what, and they cannot say this, no matter if you don't like Trump, I haven't heard anybody say anything that Trump has done wrong for this country when he was in office. I have not heard that from anybody or any. I haven't heard it. They can't give a valid reason, you know. Can't give a valid reason. But I definitely appreciate everybody. Thank y'all for everything. Let me know your comments down below, your thoughts on this. And y'all teach me every day. Y'all teach me every day. You know, different stuff that's going on, new information. You know, so I definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. You already know. Catch y'all next one.